Hello, welcome back to the channel. You can call me Mr. Turkey Chaser. Right now I'm working on a series of videos about breeds of chickens, and in this video we'll be talking about a breed that I have a little bit of personal experience with, the bearded Danver chicken. Just as a quick side note, I don't really know how to pronounce the name of this breed. It is a Belgian word and I'm not sure what the English pronunciation of it is. So if someone knows the proper pronunciation, please leave a comment below. It would be immensely helpful. Thanks. Not much is known about how this breed was developed. It is believed to have been developed from common bantam chickens that were found in the Netherlands and Belgium area. It has been around since the 1600s that we know of, but it gained quite a lot of popularity in the 1800s. By 1910, there were about 500 members of the Bearded Danver Club called, bear with me on this, Club Avicole du Barbu Nain. Again, that's, I guess Belgian, not really sure how to pronounce that. Over the years, there have been many different color varieties that have been formally recognized by national poultry associations in different countries. The bearded Danver is purely a show chicken. Sure, the hens will lay eggs, but not enough to be a reliable source of them, because first off, they don't lay that many eggs, and the eggs that they do lay are very, very small. They may feel like they have some meat on their bones when you pick them up and hold them, but when you realize how small they really are, you'll see that this is not a reliable source of meat. These birds are bred purely for poultry shows, but with their personalities, they also make very good little pets if you like that idea. The bearded Danver, also called the Barbu Danver, the Antwerp's Barred Creole, bearded Danver, and Antwerp Belgian, is a true bantam breed. This means that there is no standard size version of this breed. They only come in bantam. Belgium allegedly recognizes 29 color varieties, while Germany recognizes 35. The bird stands upright and has a round breast and an arched tail. It has a bright red rose comb with round points and red earlobes that are typically covered by the beard. It has either small wattles or none at all, but those are covered by the beard anyway. There are 14 different colors recognized by the American Poultry Association. These include porcelain, white, black, splash, blue, blue quail, quail, self-blue, mille fleur, buff, Colombian, buff Colombian, mottled, and cuckoo. The adult rooster weighs about 26 ounces and the adult hen weighs about 22 ounces. They typically have a lifespan of about 6 or 8 years when they are well taken care of. They're able to adapt to both hot and cold climates. They are active, so it is better to give them some kind of free-range environment. This breed is an ornamental breed, not ideal for eggs or meat, as mentioned previously. They can also make very good pets given their big personalities. The hen only lays about 160 white or light brown eggs every year and are quite prone to broodiness. Now, I only have experience with one rooster of this breed and no hens, so I can't tell you firsthand what the hens are like, but I can talk to you about my little rooster. His name was Curly. Curly was definitely my favorite rooster that I've ever had. Quite a few resources on this breed claim that the roosters can be aggressive, and Curly definitely was. It's okay though, because the roosters are so small that when they do get to you and try to attack you, they can't hurt you. Like they don't have the strength. They don't have the weight to put behind their kicks to actually hurt you. So it's adorable. If anything, it's not scary at all. But every time I would go down to the barn to feed him and his hens, which were all standard sized hens, Australorps, Rhode Island Reds, the typical standard hens, he would wait for me to look away from him, try to creep up behind me, and every time I would look at him, he would just look back at the ground and act like he was foraging when I knew that he wasn't. And then he would finally come and kick me in the back of the leg, and I would turn around and look at him, and he would just stare up at me, like daring me to fight back. And he thought he was 1,000-pound bull. Like, whenever I would be staring at him after he kicked me, he would scrape at me like a bull. I'm not even kidding. He was the bravest little thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, unfortunately for him, he only had one spur and it actually fell off. I don't know how. I guess he got tangled up in some brush or something or something. But he would even try to attack the dog. But she's a big 90-pound half golden retriever, half Great Pyrenees. So she has so much patience. He would try to kick her in the chest, but she has that big thick fur. She wouldn't even pay attention to him. She would just sit there and let him do his thing. I would actually play this little game with him where I would put my foot up to him so that he could jump at me. And as soon as he jumped into the air, I would drop my foot beneath him so he would land on my foot and gently pull him up, and I would catch him and I would just hold on to him because he hated being held. I guess I guess it challenged his little ego. Uh, so sometimes I would kind of toss him up onto the roof of the barn, and he this breed is so small and light with relatively large wings for their size that they're very, very capable flyers. So whenever I would toss him up onto the roof or on a low hanging tree limb, he would gently just flutter back down to the ground without breaking a sweat. He could go anywhere he wanted. He really could. He was a really great flyer. But sadly, this was back in the early summer of 2019. A mother raccoon found her way into his coop, and she got him. He was such a tiny little thing. He was obviously her first choice, easy prey, But I don't know. Maybe I didn't secure his coop enough, or maybe the raccoon just outsmarted me. I don't know. I got her that summer. Like I eventually did away with her, but Curly was just he was really something special, man. Like I wish I had videos of him to show you. These are some pictures of him on the screen when it snowed. These are just pictures of him in the snow. They're not very good pictures, but just to give you an idea of what he looked like. He was such a brave little thing. He would, during the day, I would let him out of his coop and he would follow me around, and he would go back into his females, and he was just a solid character. He had the biggest personality of any bird I've ever seen. And yeah, to be honest, I miss him. He was my favorite rooster. He was a good little fella. As mean as he was, as aggressive as he was, he was the cutest, funniest little thing you've ever met. Anyway, I guess to wrap it up, even with the little experience that I have with this breed, I really appreciate it. They're really active little breeds that love to forage. Curly was always, foraging with his hens, and they're very capable flyers, like I said. So some precautions may need to be made if you're looking into getting this breed. And They're also more susceptible to predators due to their size. But other than that, they're really low maintenance birds that make very good pets, and they are ideal for beginner chicken owners. Just make sure you have them secured correctly at night and during the day in case you have birds of prey around your area. But they're pretty popular among poultry fanciers. You know, people who take their chickens to poultry shows. So they're not endangered. They're not rare. They're pretty easy to find, pretty easy to get a hold of. And now, if you want the really good stock, the ones that come from really good bloodlines, you may have to do some digging for those. But the links that I have below, they'll send you to some hatcheries that offer this breed. I can't tell you how good the bloodlines are, but one of these links will show you different hatcheries that carry this breed. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. As always, I hope this video was informative. I hope you learned something. There's not a whole lot of information that I could find on this breed, especially the history of it. But I hope it was some kind of informative. If nothing else, I hope you enjoyed those little anecdotes about Curly. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.